What is up, guys? Welcome to what is the name of our podcast again?
Oh my god!
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Rejects Music Reviews, where we reject or respect our favorite songs.
So we're going to start off with some introductions. So we're going to list our top 3 artists and a favorite album, or an album you can't live without. Either of the two. So Johnny, Julian, and then me will go.
All right. What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny,
John.
22. You can call me John if you want, but if you do, just know when you go home, I'm gonna be under your bed. And my top 3 artists at the moment that I listen to a lot are Michael Jackson, Elton John, George Michael, and an album one of many, because clearly I love music. One album I cannot live without is Back to Black by Amy Winehouse.
Good pick.
Decent.
All right. Hi, my name is Julian. Not you going for the drink, bro. All right. Hi, my name is Julian. My top 3 favorite artists, I guess, that I'm listening to at the moment are Dijon, McGee, and Prince. If I had to pick like an album that I can't listen to, or I listen to a lot, or I can't live without, at the moment, I might have to say like Twin Star and the Dream Police. I love that. It's a good album. Check it out. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I am Abbie. I'm not going to say my age because that's weird, Johnny. But my top 3 favorite artists are Michael Jackson, obviously, Lady Gaga, and Tame Impala. And an album that I cannot live without is Thriller, obviously. Best-selling album of all time.
10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 pick right there.
Today, for our first episode, we are going to be reacting and discussing, reviewing, however you want to phrase it. What is it? The Romantic? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
The Romantic by Bruno Mars. It just dropped 2 hours and 46 minutes ago, and we decided on this on the spot and made this channel within 30 minutes.
All right. So in general, right, what is your overall like just thoughts and opinions on The Romantics by Bruno Mars? Like, let's talk about some highlights. Let's talk about, just some things we didn't like in general. We'll start with Johnny first, because he started. So
we should not start with me first. We should start ladies first, Abbie.
Oh, ladies first. Yeah, you're right.
Abbie, because she's very. This was her idea to do this one. So obviously, I think she should go first.
What I loved about the album was that it has a little bit of old Bruno Mars, but then it also has a lot of like his new era and his new chapter, like the type of music that he's like going for, and I love it. And he's going a little bit into his heritage and everything, which I love. One thing that I wish the album had more of was, because my favorite Bruno Mars album is probably Unorthodox Jukebox. It's easily his best one.
Yeah.
If anyone disagrees, you're so wrong. What? Are you going to say something? Snarky?
No. What? No, I'm agreeing, fam. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, no, Unorthodox Jukebox.
I do think his first album has more hits, but
yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, yeah, come on, like Unorthodox Jukebox. You got Young Girls, Walked Out of Heaven.
Yeah, and like the promotion for the album is great. I love it. The lead single, I feel like just throws everything off.
Let's actually talk about the lead single real quick, because we got a lot to say about that, all of us. So yeah.
Yes, but because when you're putting out a single, it's like, okay, this is like how the album is going to sound. This is like a little sneak peek. I just might sounded like something from 24 Karat. In my
Really, that's what you're getting onto that?
That's what I'm getting onto that because it sounds like it was. I mean, I don't know. It had that vibe. So I was excited to listen to it because I'm like, okay, it's gonna be another 24 karat, album, but it wasn't. Which I'm not complaining. I loved this album, but it's kind of, I'd like to hear you.
I would like to. I have a lot to say about the single, because I am one of the people that actually wasn't a big fan of it. Because to be honest, for me, and honestly, in a way, it kind of does, like echo with what a big problem about the album. But we're just talking about the song. I just might. The thing is, you could really tell he was, whether it's like a reference or you could just say it's him ripping it off. In the beginning of the songs, it kind of sounds like that one song, "You Make Me Feel Like Dancing." Afterwards, like the chorus, it sounds a lot like the Junior Senior song, "Move Your Feet." Yeah, like that's literally what I was getting almost like throughout that whole song. And to me, you could clearly tell like the reference. And one of the biggest problems I have, not only with music in general, it's like if you're gonna reference something, it has to be subtle or smart. And in the song, like
Oh,
it's not. It doesn't really feel smart. It just feels like you're clearly trying to like show the reference in your face.
yeah.
And I'm not really a big fan of it. I mean, other people,
A lot of artists do now. They
pardon?
like
Yeah.
that's a lot of problem with the artists today now. Like
Yeah.
most are original, which is great for them, but they also like want to sample or have it sound like something. And it's
And
like,
it's just not done smart. Like, and I'm for sampling, I'm for referencing, but it's just like you have to do it in a way where it's not in your face and you're not straight up just copying. And that's exactly what Bruno Mars did for "I Just Might," where I'm just like, it clearly sounds like you're just copying this, and it's not. I don't like it. I don't like it. But I think I said enough. Johnny, what are your thoughts?
Well, the song is ass.
we're getting right into it.
Yeah.
I said this to another a friend of mine. I said to him that this sounds like a song that was like too good, but for the Sex Pistols, but too bad for David Bowie.
Oh wow.
And
That's an interesting
That's
take.
actually a really good. That's a really good way of saying that. Wow. I wouldn't have thought of that.
and he spent the next 20 minutes explaining how I was a genius but no, like real, but for real though, like it's just, it has such a weird vibe to it. I don't think that it fits like what you said, Abby, about the how the single's supposed to be like, this is what this is like the vibe of the album.
Mm-hmm.
I did not get that at all, especially after listening to the album. I was like, really? I listened to the single maybe like 5 times, just trying to like find something. And I could say the only thing I liked was probably the flow of the chorus. I didn't really like the lyrics. I didn't like the production that much. I didn't like that weird distorted thing you can hear in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a big fan. That's pretty much all I gotta say.
But what are your guys's, besides the single, what are your guys's overall thoughts?
Well, I would like to talk about first one. I really would like to talk about the first 2 tracks on the album. I honestly think I think it's a great way of starting off the album. Especially this is something that I actually haven't seen Bruno Mars done throughout his entire career, and it's him actually trying to use his basically like his Puerto Rican side of him, because the first 2 songs clearly like have this big Latin salsa
It's back to back too, which is
influence, and it's back to back, which is great. And I was gonna say one thing I really love was the beat switch on the second song.
yeah.
Where he goes on a full on like disco, like 70s, like roller rink type song. I want to get your thoughts on just like in general, like with those first 2.
Yeah. Johnny?
My thoughts. Okay. Definitely the first 2 tracks were probably my 2 I wouldn't say favorites because I liked one later on, but they were the that is a great like that's what it was like. It was like as soon as you press play, it's just right there, and it's like,
Right.
oh, okay. I was not expecting him to go to his I don't want to say the what is it?
Like Latin salsa. He kind of has that
I didn't
vibe
want
going.
so like his the Latin roots and salsa jams. I was not expecting it. So like when we started it, it was like boom right there. I was like, whoa. And the immediately we were going,
Yeah, we were just salsing it up.
any song that starts immediately and you can just do this and you just know. Like I had the gut feeling that it was gonna be a banger.
Yeah.
And then I heard the second one. I was like, oh my god, that beat switch was so smooth.
It was.
Oh my god, they put baby oil on it. It was that smooth, bro. it was the very, very good opening to an album. I would say it is his best opening to an album. That might be a hot take.
I can respect that. Honestly.
But just like immediately, I've never actually listened to an album that made me go, press play.
Well, usually I'm not the biggest fan on opening an album with a slower song, but I think Risk It All just totally proved me wrong. There's like a certain way of doing it. And then the next song, having it to be Cha Cha Cha, was just
right.
It was perfect.
I forgot to mention one more thing about Cha Cha Cha. There's a section in that song where it legit like just seamlessly just transitions from like again that 70s like disco roller rink type song to again going back to the more like slow like salsa type. And I just want to say like I don't think I've heard like a transition that smooth on an album like in a while.
Yeah.
And I really loved it like so much. And again, I think the lyrics on Cha 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 as well. Again, it's so much fun. It's so fun. So fun. You know, like I want to cha 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 with you. Oh Lord.
Yes. It kind of reminds me of like what's his name? Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony, okay.
Yeah, how he like sometimes he was like what 90s?
Around there, yeah, 90s, 2000s.
But like that's like in my opinion, I don't listen to a lot of Spanish artists, but he did a lot of that, especially in his older albums.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right.
So, I also had something. The about Risk It All. Another component I feel like was great to use as an opening is because when it starts, you're like, this is giving Talking to the Moon. Which is a great way to rope everybody in because everybody knows from that album especially. There's not you can't meet a person in the world who doesn't know that album or songs on that album. So that was like a great like little callback, and then it picks up throughout the song.
Yeah, I was gonna say like clearly like Bruno Mars kind of has like a structure on how he makes his music, and I love how you have this very different way of making a Bruno Mars song, which is going with the salsa, but then like again it still feels like a Bruno Mars song, which is like insane, absolutely insane, and in a way like that just makes it one of the biggest highlights on the album as well in general. But is that everything we got to say, fellas?
Yeah.
Okay, so top 3, let's start with Juju.
Okay, top.
Can we pull up the track list?
Yeah, if you guys want to pull up a track list, you can.
Yeah, we're doing a little Wikipedia search.
We're using a little bit of a Wikipedia, guys. All right, going off on the top 3. I for my number 1, easily Why You Wanna Fight, or not Why You Wanna Fight. Yeah, Why You Wanna Fight. This one was just like. What I love so much about it was just like it's a song about just this arrogant, ignorant ass man having problems with his girlfriend, but for whatever reason, he just made it so smooth, and so like, he just put a little bit, like no pun intended, he used a bit of finesse on this fucking song, and it's just like I just loved everything about it, and it's just like it's such a gorgeous song in general. I loved it a lot. I loved it a lot, and easily the best song on the album in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then honestly, I'm usually not the one to you use the first two songs or like the first song on a top hit. But honestly, yeah, Risk It All and Cha Cha Cha, again, just because of how different it was compared to everything else he's made in his career. I just think like those two songs in general just immediately made it a highlight. An honorable mention that I'd have to pick,
Mm-hmm.
probably God Was Showing Off. I really love that. It's such a beautiful song, and it's definitely a song that like you could totally just sing to your significant other, and
Mm-hmm.
it would just make them feel good about themselves. Like it was one of those songs where I was listening to and listen, I'm not gay, but like motherfucker, like I was putting myself in that other person's shoes. Like damn, he's talking about me. But
To them.
Real though.
but yeah, like definitely like Risk It All, Cha Cha Cha, and then Why You Wanna Fight. Best songs on the album, top 3 for sure.
So I'm gonna do 3-1. 3, I have to say, in my opinion, is Something Serious.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed the sound. I enjoyed the production. The lyrics were a hit or miss, which is why it's at 3. But it was it's a I wouldn't say it's one of Bruno's like, oh my god, this is Bruno Mars. Like anybody could have written this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta go Cha Cha Cha. And then I'm a sucker for just like powerful love songs, so Risk It All is my number 1.
Okay.
Got it. Risk It All, so good. How he makes you think that it's just gonna be, oh, just this slow thing, and then he starts picking it up, and gradually, it's like This song is a crescendo. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I'll do 3-1. My 3.
Why not 3-1-2?
3-2-1. Probably okay. Dance with Me. I feel like this is such like a cute song, and when I listened to it, I thought of Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think it's a really cute song. Like the lyrics are perfect. The bridge was perfect. It was amazing. Number 2, probably Why You Want to Fight. And then number 1, probably God Was Showing You Off. And then, of course, honorable mention is Risk It All, which is the next lead single. Or not lead single. It's the next single for the album.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
So, yes, he just dropped the music.
Oh, okay.
Got a notification on my phone. But, well, speaking of singles, which, besides I Just Might, which one would you have preferred to be the lead single? Because I Just Might, I think, was released 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
But if you had to choose one single, like if you were Bruno Mars or his producer or whatever, and you're like, all right, you need to choose one of these songs to be your lead single, which one would you choose?
Because
I don't think so.
Because the worst, this is my opinion, I Just Might is the worst song on the album.
Okay.
Nothing Left is the second worst on the album. But it's still good. But it's still good enough to where, if he would have put that out, I would have been way more excited to listen to it.
Okay.
To the rest of the album, because while it has kind of the sound of the album, it's still like a, hey, here's a little taste of what's coming. It's like it's a good appetizer, and then you have the meal, and then you have the really bad dessert at the end of the night, which is I Just Might.
Okay. All right.
Makes sense. Julian?
I think Abby, it was you, Abby, that said, yeah, God Was Showing Off, I think should have been the first single or something like that.
I think I said Something Serious because it was, the lyrics weren't like the rest of the songs, but it was easier to follow. Just like with I Just Might. The lyrics were easiest to follow and it was catchy. So I feel like Something Serious is kind of in that realm.
Actually, I take it back. I was gonna say On My Soul, actually. I think On My Soul for me personally could have been a good like
Oh,
first single.
yes. Yeah, that was the one we talked about.
Because that one, it's very like upbeat, very just in your face production wise. Lyrics, on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of, but like I just think in general though, like if you just want like a traditional Bruno Mars song with just like definitely a higher production than versus his previous tracks, I really think On My Soul could have been the best first single just because again that production is just fantastic. And again, it's just full of the production and it's very upbeat. And I think if I were to, do like a first single, I want something more hype. And I just think like On My Soul could have been that song to like throw people, like, okay, here's what I have made in the last 10 years, since. So yeah, I think On My Soul could have been the first one.
The next question is, what song from his other albums do you think would fit perfectly on his new one?
Oh, I got it easily.
Okay, well, hold on. I got you.
All right. Well, I'll go first because I already have like a bunch, and I was gonna say this:
Okay.
anything from An Evening with Silk Sonic, like just any song you could just throw in there, and like that could easily fit.
I didn't even think about Silk Sonic.
Oh, you have to think about Silk Sonic.
It didn't even come to my mind to throw that in. Oh my god.
But I think if I had to pick one song from that album that like would be so fun, Fly As Me. I just think Fly As Me would just be such a good way to not a good way, but a good song in general just to put on that album. Just because in general, like I don't think there's enough like hype or dance songs on the album. And I just think like if I had to put at least another one in there, I think like that would be the one.
Well, while Johnny's looking,
I'm not looking. I have one and I have a place to put it, but you can go.
oh no, you can go if you have a place to put it.
Okay. I can tell you where it would land perfectly in the album in my eyes.
Okay, let's hear it.
My song is Marry You.
Okay.
And it would work so well between Something Serious and Nothing Left.
All right.
You don't have to agree.
No, I kind of tunnel vision see where you're going.
Because Risk It All.
Yeah.
Risk It, banger. I just might. Yeah, you can throw that out. The good. God showing off or whatever. Something Serious. That song, the way it's written, everything production wise, and then you go right into Marry You, would be so good. And then Nothing Left is a perfect aspect of storytelling, especially going through Marry You. Hey, I want to marry you. The whole song is like, we're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I want to marry you. So they go and get married, and then Nothing Left is like the consequences of that marriage.
Wow. Okay.
And then Dance With Me, ending it right after that would have been perfect because he's like, oh wait a minute, these are the reasons why I loved you, why I wanted to marry you. Come dance with me. Let's take all this back.
I like how you think, Johnny.
I cooked.
I ain't gonna lie though. I take back what I said. What's that one song he did with Kodak Black?
Oh my god, I forgot about that song.
Wake up! I think it's "Wake Up in the Sky." I smoke till I'm high, sleep till I'm drunk. Something like that. I remember. Yeah, I'll put that on the album. How about that? Just to kind of throw everybody off.
I guess sure.
All right.
Well, I have two songs. The
Cheater!
first one is Natalie.
Okay.
Obviously.
Where would you put it?
Where would I put it? I don't know. I went through. I'm doing it for the vibe. I just think
I can see Natalie in between. I just might, and God was showing off.
Okay.
Yeah. So Natalie or Calling All My Lovelies would just be right after I Just Might. I fear.
All right.
Cooked.
Johnny, where would you put what was that one song with Kodak Black, "Wake Up in the Sky"? Where would you put that on the album?
First track, title track.
First track right
No,
there.
definitely not. Why you wanna fight and then that and then On My Soul.
Okay.
Just
What?
progressively get worse in quality of songs. No, but that would have that because in Cha 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 we had the background vocals of the other guys, and then we had we had the other guys. It would be nice to have that break, bring them back, and then and then just Bruno himself again. And your favorite, your number one favorite song. What are aspects you would change, and aspects you would keep?
What did I say my number one favorite was?
Bro, we just
said it.
No, I got it. I think I said God was showing you off.
Yes, you did.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's review the footage. Well, Abbie thinks of this. Julian.
I guess I'll start first. So
Wait. Action.
I said "Why You Wanna Fight" was my favorite one. And there's not really a whole lot I would want to fix, but if I said I had to fix, there's a part in the song where it just kind of abruptly goes back to, I guess, the first verse, because it's interesting the way he does it in the song itself. The chorus is technically the first verse where he goes, "Why you wanna fight?" Just like something like that, right? And there's a part of the song where he basically just abruptly goes into the chorus. And I would have wanted to have some kind of transition, maybe a bridge. I just think like a really good bridge would have probably fit well to kind of transition it back into that first verse. So I think like that's the only thing I'd probably want to fix on that song entirely.
Risk It All is my favorite. I would change the transition from the slower monotone melody into the more like powerful love song one, and I would just make it just a tad bit more smooth because you can. I don't know if it's just my ear or if you guys heard it, but you can I could literally hear where I could see him in the studio where he paused the monotone and just said, "Okay, throw that on."
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I think in that would have been a smoother, because like I said, it's a crescendo, but like I feel like it went from the tiniest point like this, skipped a bit and went on. So I would change that. The one thing I would keep is the lyrics. They might be simple. They might be, oh, this is just a traditional love song, but it's the flow and the way he says it, and just the pronunciation where he hits every time. That is just that's some good shit.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Abbie?
I think for God Was Showing You Off, I think if he added less trumpets and more synthesizers, and the speaking part, I just feel like was unnecessary. I mean, I liked it, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's such like a almost 80s, 2020s vibe. And then it like goes back into like trumpets and stuff. I'm like, oh no. But overall, I mean, I think it's a perfect song. I mean, there's nothing that's just me nitpicking.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but throughout the album, in my head, I was going, I wonder if any of these songs were just throwaway tracks from Silk Sonic. Because that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
Especially with the moments where like there's the little like speaking parts, like because you know how like in Silk Sonic they get Bootsy Collins to do the speaking parts on some of them. So like in my head I'm thinking like, oh, I wonder if like that was for Silk Sonic, but it never like went through.
That's a good point.
The
majority of the songs sound like that too.
I feel like On My Soul was a throwaway.
On My Soul. Ah,
I don't think it was a throwaway from Silk Sonic. I think On My Soul was a throwaway from oh my god, why did I just blank? When I Was Your Man's album.
oh,
Why did I just
was it? What was it? It wasn't Unorthodox Juke.
Yes, it was. Yes.
Okay, yeah, Unorthodox Jukebox. Yeah.
Unorthodox Jukebox. I think that's where I think that was a throwaway from that.
Okay.
Going off of what Abby's question, what song on this album do you think what is your favorite song on this album? What album previously do you think it would fit best on?
Oh, Silk Sonic for sure.
I think Risk It All would work best on Do Hops and Hooligans.
All right.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, I guess if I had to, I was literally gonna say, yeah, like Risk It All would probably fit best on Doo Wops and Hooligans, but I guess if I had to pick another one, honestly, yeah, I was gonna say maybe Why You Wanna Fight. I don't know if you feel this, but honestly, like I wonder, like if that could have been a really good track for 24 Karat Magic. Like I don't know what it is. Like that song like kind of like has like lyrics wise, like it really has that vibe of 24 Karat where it's like again, it's just more like
I can see that like in the middle of the album. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the middle of the album. Like because again, like throughout the whole album, it's more so about just like again him being I don't know, he kind of like pulls out like a very like pimp persona on that album a little bit, you know, just like him being like, oh, I don't give a fuck, you know, like I'm this guy, I'm that guy, you know. So I feel like that song could easily fit on like 24 Karat Magic. So yeah. All right, so here's the part where we respect or reject. All right, eventually we'll get it. All right. Anyways,
we'll get it. First episode, first season.
First season, season one.
Season one. This is only the pilot.
It's only the pilot, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, so here's what we respect about the album. All right, let's start with I guess ladies first, Johnny.
So I respect the call to his the Latin roots. I respect I respect dropping the worst song on the album to be the single. And I respect using Dance With Me to be the ending.
Okay.
Because I respect his choice, and I can almost see where he was coming from, but me personally, I would have put Dance With Me right after like God was showing off, or maybe after On My Soul. Somewhere in the middle. I gotta give this album I would reject I Just Might, and I would have made Nothing Left the single. Even though I respect it, I still would have rejected it if it was me. I reject that Risk It All is probably going to be, this is my prediction, that it's going to be the least listened to song on the album.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I reject that.
Wait, which song?
Risk It All.
Oh, you think so?
I think so, because there's no way Cha 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 is not going to be the
I don't know though, because he released it as a single and it's a music video.
Yeah, but
everyone online is like raving about it, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but they haven't listened to Cha 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 yet.
True.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What? Well,
let's go with Abbie next.
Abbie next.
Okay. I respected how much passion he had. Like you could just hear it in his voice, and like in the production with every song, you could just.
He really had something to say.
He had something to say, but like in his vocal, I think this is probably. This is one of his albums that he's really, I mean, he releases an album every like 10 years besides Silk Sonic, but that's like its own separate category. But you can just hear the passion in his voice and the passion in the lyrics that he spent so long on. which also leads me to something I reject is how short the album was. Like, you spent so long doing this album and you only released 9 tracks.
Yeah.
And it's like there's
31 minutes long. It says it
31,
right.
yeah, 31 minutes long, and you couldn't have made it longer or like put. And you know what? Another thing I have to point out is that, was it you, Julian, that, or no, it was Johnny that, no, it was one of the two. You said it sounded like Silk Sonic, like scraps.
Yeah.
I can't get that out of my mind now, but I love the album. I respect it. So
Okay.
I would rate it honestly like an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay. All right. So yeah, here's my whole thing about this album. So here's what I respect. All right. So I mean, as an album, I like the first half a lot. I think the first half as an album is fantastic. Like honestly, you could have just done like the first 6 songs as an album, and I think that would have been a really like solid like EP, that he could have released. And yeah, like in general, like they're good songs for the first half, but here's what I reject. After honestly, even going into songs like On My Soul, on those songs, like the last 4, just like you could tell he was kind of out of it a little bit, where like lyrics wise he wasn't really saying anything new, and it all just kind of started feeling very formulaic. And another thing as well, and this is going back to what I said in the beginning, like a lot of this album, it just sounds like you could really just hear like the influence. And like I'm not trying to say, and usually like when albums have an influence, like that's something to be respected about. But when it comes to this, it just feels like he was just taking like certain moments of certain songs and trying to make a Frankenstein out of it, and it was just so obvious. Like, and that's the thing about me when it comes to listening to music. I don't like it when things are just too in your face, because when it is, like, then to me it's just like that's corny, And on song, like again, on the songs like I Just Might, like you can hear the songs like What Makes You Feel Like Dancing, and then that other one, Move Your Feet. And then on the song Something Serious, on that one you could just clearly like tell it's like a Santana like influence, and it's just like, oh, like dude, like listen, if you're gonna copy Santana, do it right. Like even the I remember there was a guitar solo on there that I was just like, dude, this is one of the worst guitar solos I've ever heard on a song. Like it's just so boring and bland, and there's just no soul put to it. Like if you're gonna make a Santana song, at least get Santana behind it. I don't see Santana at all in the with the writers and the producers here, and it's just like it was just so bad. And like again, it gets to a point where in the album, like it just starts to feel generic. And another big problem too is there's not enough like just dance tracks, like most of the album is just ballads. And listen, like I don't mind albums where it's just full of ballads, but there's usually those ballads like they put soul into it, and they put like just so much soul, and that's what makes it so great. Which just to me it feels like he kind of put it through AI. And
that's crazy. You're gonna get sued after this.
Yeah, I probably gonna get sued. Like literally, it just feels like he put it through AI. He's like, how can I make a traditional 70s ballad Motown style song?
Looking through the window.
Like, yeah, that's literally what we got, bro. That's literally what we got. And I'm just like throughout the whole album, like I was, because again, the first 2 songs started with Risk It All and Cha Cha Cha, and I'm just like, whoa, we're going really different. And so in my head, I'm thinking like, wow, I wonder what he's going to do next. And it just gets to a certain point where it's just the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again, to where it just starts to get boring. Like it really starts to get really boring for me. The fact that it took this guy 10 years since 24 Karat Magic to drop another solo album. Mm-hmm. And that's what we got. Like, and going back to what you said, Abbie, the album's 31 minutes. We've waited 10 years for another album, and
At
you
least
did
make it 45.
35 minutes.
They just released a 3-hour album. Like
I dude, like I'm just saying, like especially nowadays with certain songs, like and with certain albums, like they go on in a certain length. Like if it was 50 minutes, I probably would have been a lot more happier.
yeah,
But just again, like throughout the whole album, it's just nothing but ballads, and they're just the most generic and formulaic ballads that Bruno Mars could make. And to me, like it's just like at one point, like I'm just sitting there, just like, damn, like this is the album. Seeing how Bruno spent 10 years to make another album, and again, it's just like he didn't even bring us to our feet. It was only on the first 2-3 songs, and like that was it, you know, like to me, like overall as an album, like I wasn't very pleased. If I had to give like a ranking as well in this album, I'd give it like a good 6.5, 7 out of 10. You know, like
wow.
it's just like it's not. It's like again, we waited so long, and
It's
this is
just
what
those
you.
ending songs. I think that.
I
Well,
mean,
I love Dance with Me,
the
but
thing is, it's like yeah, like the thing is, like even with Dance with Me, it just again the whole album, like it was just like it got to a point where the album was just getting so formulaic that once we got to Dance with Me, like I just wasn't there anymore. And I knew I could understand like the song Dance with Me is like a really great song and a very powerful song, but like if you're already losing me at a certain point, no matter what you try to do, you're not gonna impress me. And in general, like I just wasn't feeling like the last few songs. Like going on with On My Soul, like I just didn't like the lyrics. I thought the lyrics were super generic on some really good production. And then Something Serious, just again giving you like just a generic like Santana song. You know, I'm just like like that already threw me off. And then Nothing Left was just boring. Like that was just boring. And then the last one being Dance with Me, like I was already out. I was already out the door at that point. So yeah. And then on top of that too, like even the first half, even though I was raving about how good the first half was, again the problem is just like you have all of these ballads going on, and it's just like okay, I'm just waiting. Okay, where's the next dance track? Where's the next
you
dance
just
track?
space it out better.
You know, like it could have had better pacing, and just the whole album in general just felt dragged a little bit for me. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about that. So yeah.
I didn't know we were doing rate 10 out of 10.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
1 to
just
10 rating. So
rating.
I respect the album, but the album was basically Game of Thrones. It starts off fantastic, and it's that ending. Dance with Me, I'm gonna put my hand in the air and say there are no bad songs on this album. If you like them, that's okay.
Yeah.
They're not my cup of tea. I would give this album maybe a 6.5.
Yeah.
7, maybe 6, 7.
And that concludes our first episode.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Let us know in the comments what you think about this album. We would love to hear what you think. Tell us what you agree with us. Tell us what you disagree. Tell us what you feel about the album, what you like, what you didn't like. Again, whatever you got to say, just throw it in there. But yeah, in general, guys, thank you guys for putting up with us for our first episode. We promised their videos.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Merch link in bio. Merch link in bio.
Merch link in bio. We better get to 10 likes before the end of the month. But yeah, seriously, thank you guys for watching us. We definitely have a lot more in store, so stay tuned.
Let us know what albums you want us to review.
I was gonna say the same thing. If you happen to watch our first episode with 0 subscribers and you haven't subscribed and you want us to look at an album, we will gladly check it out. We'll give our rating on it.
It could be SpongeBob. It could be Disney.
It could be a musical soundtrack. It could be anything.
Be anything, dude.
Mozart.
It could be 45 minutes of a vinyl of just a cat screeching, and we'll listen.
We'll do it. We'll do a deep dive on it.
We'll do it as long as you subscribe and become a channel member. It's only $10 a month.
Merch link in bio. Merch link in bio.
Merch link in bio.
Patreon and link.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for our next videos and take care.
Take care.
Bye.